David Morgan here, and I want to talk about the Morgan Report, but really more about the market and the opportunity that it presents. So, first things first, I want you to look at this chart and show you that in January of 2019, basis the XAU, the price, according to this chart, which I think is accurate, was about 1,237.13. January 2nd, 2019, and then if you look at a year, and I did it to the 3rd of January actually, and it's 1545.68. So you could take that point gain in the XAU. The Morgan Report picked 7 out of 7. The lowest performer was up 43%. The best was up 100%, and that was the silver stock. Silver was up, I think, 13-14% last year in 2019 to 2020. I'm talking January to January. And one silver stock was up 100%. It was a name brand. So there's stuff out on the internet which is accurate. That sometimes gold outperforms gold stocks, and that's when you use an index like the XAU. There's always a gold stock or two that does better. And actually, in this case, this gain that I'm showing you on this chart is not nearly the gain that we got in the Morgan Report. The average gain, if you took all 7 of those stocks, put equal money in all of them, made it a fund or a mutual fund, it would have been a 63% gain. So that far exceeds what happened in the gold market in 2019. And it far exceeds what's happened almost anywhere you want. And again, these are safe stocks. So from that point where my cursor is right now to this bottom today, we basically have given back everything from the January time frame. In other words, we're right in this level here. And our subscribers were, have been coming in lately, some new people, and a lot of people that have been with us a long time. And so I said January would be a good month, and I guess January looked like a pretty good month. And then we started up into February, got this correction and moved back up, and then we've gotten hammered since. The point is that it's been a round trip. So if you started here, and this is relatively high, you can see over the last year, that's a high, and then it dipped down and then came back up in January. If you went from that point and started right there and put all your money in that you wanted to in the mining sector, you basically are down somewhat. Now, I teach to put a 15% trailing stop, which is really tough on people because they don't like to take any kind of a loss, so they don't. And then instead of taking 15, 18%, and I realize 15's a number and it works a lot of the time, but not always. In other words, you can have a top tier stock that's off 5% one day, and then the next day on the open, it's off, 10, or let me say it differently. It's off 8% one day, and the next day it's off 10, so it's off 18. That's greater than 15, but you should get out. That's the point I'm trying to make. Does it work out perfectly 15% every time? No, I'm a realist and I know too much about markets, but that's the general idea. Save your money and wait. So right now, we're touching basically an uptrend line from here to here to here. Will this hold or not? I do not know, but I do know that it's fallen off enough to maybe start nibbling or accumulating the market. And this is how you build up a portfolio, is jump in when a lot of people are unwilling. Picking bottoms is very, very difficult, and it should be done over time. But when there's opportunities, you can take advantage of them. If you're conservative like me, and I did buy yesterday on Thursday, and the market's come down some since then, you can do it in tranches. So I bought some, but not all that I want to buy, and I'm going to buy over probably the next 3 months. The last time, and by the way, I'll pause here, go to the morganreport.com and look at our blog. I just did a pretty extensive update with some charts on the decline during the last financial crisis of 2008. I focused on the silver market. I talked quite a bit about it. So you can use that as kind of an adjunct to this video and take a look. So now's the time to take advantage of an opportunity. You can get on the Morgan Report. You can subscribe, you can learn, you can ask 2 questions a month, you're guaranteed an answer. We divide it up for maximum risk to reward profiles, top tier, big money and big companies, mid-tier companies, We just added a speculative junior. It's a gold company to the portfolio last month. Very few people know of it. It's a pretty good project in my view, but it is high risk, high reward. And of course, our e-waste is one of the most interesting speculations I've seen in 40 years of doing this. So that's it. Come on board the Morgan Report. Join now. The opportunity awaits. Don't hesitate. He who hesitates is lost. Thanks for watching.